Nói to lên con.
Dạ.
Nói to lên. Từ gì bí thì hỏi.
Ở đây ạ.
Thầy hỏi how are you mà.
Dạ, thì là I'm okay, but my grandmother is sick, and now
I'm
I'm
sorry to hear that.
Yes.
I'm không nói nhỏ quá, kiểu nó bị ồn ồn.
Không, ổn rồi. Thầy bảo thầy rất là tiếc vì thầy phải nghe thế về cái chuyện là bà con bị ốm thôi mà. Ok, thế được rồi, trả lời tốt. Ok.
Okay. Hello, Mrs. Ha. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Very nice to see you. Okay. By the way, Tinduk, how old is your grandmother?
Bật mic lên.
Her is
She is.
She is 67.
67. Wow. Yeah, not so old.
Yeah.
Not so old. Not so old. Okay. I hope she gets better soon. Thank you, Tinduk. Okay, who else can I see? Duknia.
Yes,
Hi, how are you?
I'm pretty fine, thank you.
Good. Okay. Who else? Noctu. Can you hear me?
Yes.
How are you, Noctu?
I'm fine.
Good.
Nói to lên Tú ơi.
Good.
Sao càng ngày càng nhỏ nhẹ thế chứ lại nói to lên.
Okay, who else? Trami. Hello, Trami.
Hi, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good, thank you. Have you had a good week?
Yes.
Yes. What is one interesting thing you have done this week?
I think it's nothing in this week.
What? Sorry, what did you?
Nothing interesting.
Oh, you said nothing interesting.
Yes.
Okay, so you say to me, nothing interesting this week, or I haven't done anything interesting this week.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Trami. What is your favorite subject at school, by the way, Trami?
I think it's geography.
Geography. I used to like geography too. That's great. Very interesting. Okay. Thank you. Okay, Baolin.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Feng Yi,
Hello, teacher.
how are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
That's great. Good to see you. All right, who else can I see? Viet Ang. Hello, Viet Ang.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Good. Welcome to class. All right, and who else? Who else can I see? Jalin.
Hi,
Hi, Jalin. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. And who else? Whose name can I see there? Andu. Is it Mrs. Ha?
Anh Duy.
Ang Duy.
Yes.
Ang Duy.
Anh gì ấy à? Good.
Hello, Ang Duy. Can you hear me?
Yes, hello, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Can you turn your camera on, please?
Các con nhớ là trong giờ học là phải để camera nhé, bật camera nhé.
Bác nhưng mà cháu đang ở trên đường đi nên cháu không bật cam được ạ. Nhưng mà chút nữa cháu về nhà cháu bật cam ạ.
Ok, phải. Con tự hỏi thầy giáo đi. Không bác nói thì thành cả hơi. Con tự hỏi thầy giáo đi. Ông gì ạ?
Dạ vâng.
Con hỏi thầy, con xin phép thầy bảo tôi sẽ bật camera trong khoảng nửa tiếng nữa hoặc là 2 phút nữa chẳng hạn. Tôi đang có vấn đề. Cứ nói thoải mái thôi nhé.
Sorry, teacher. I'm on my way home, so I cannot turn my camera on right now. But I will turn on camera by 50 minutes.
Okay. Okay, good English. Thank you for letting me know. Okay.
Good English. Đấy.
Yeah, good English. Explain it well. That's good. Thank you, Angji.
Okay.
All right. And who else? Fung Lin. Fung Lin.
Phương Linh bật camera nhanh con ơi. À, bật camera, bật mic nha, lên nào, nhanh nhanh lên, đỡ mất thời gian. Chào hỏi nhau.
Hello.
Yeah, okay, good, thank you.
Okay. Can you hear me, Fung Lin?
Yes, I can hear you.
You can hear me. Good. And you are turning your camera on?
Yes.
Good. Thank you. Okay, now
It's
we
not
have everyone
turning.
here. It's not turning on. Is that right, Fung Lin? You said it's not turning on.
Okay, anyway, see.
Okay, doesn't matter.
Okay, doesn't matter.
It's drying. Okay, all right. Okay, everyone. Well, again, welcome to class for those of you who've just joined. Lovely to see you as always. What's happened in my week? The only exciting thing happened this week to me, I think, is the Queen. You might have heard the English Queen died a week ago. So that means we here have a special holiday tomorrow to mark the death of the Queen. Everyone has a holiday tomorrow, and there will be a special ceremony at the government buildings, the Parliament in Beehive. You know this place, of course, Mrs. Ha. You know it well. So
Yeah.
they will be having a special ceremony and parade at the government buildings tomorrow to commemorate the Queen's life and death. That is the word you use, by the way, when you're talking about someone who has died and who you want to talk about their life, or you have some sort of gathering to talk about their life. In English, you call it a commemoration. A commemoration is the noun and commemorate is the verb. So when someone has died, you commemorate them. You commemorate them. Okay. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about other things. So first of all, has anyone got any questions for me before we start today's class? Any questions about English? Okay.
Có cần hỏi
So,
gì?
sorry, Mrs. Ha?
No, it doesn't matter. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do today, as I think I said last week, we're going to concentrate more on writing today for the first time in these lessons. So we've done a little bit of practice with the speaking test, part 1. And again, we'll do some more practice on that if we have time at the end of the lesson. But this time, we're going to concentrate more on writing and looking at the words you use to talk about graphs. But first of all, a short test for you. So this test, and I will share this with you in just a moment, is a test or a demonstration of words you use to describe statistics. Statistics is a little bit tricky to say because of all the S sounds, even for English-speaking people. Some English-speaking people have trouble with these words. Fung Lin. Hello, Fung Lin, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Fung Lin, can you read the
Yes, I can
title,
hear you.
please? Yep,
Yes.
Can you read this, please? Test 5.
Test 5 was to describe a statistic in English.
Okay, that's pretty good, Fung Lin. Statistics. Have to remember to say the S on the end. Statistics. Words to describe statistics in English. And statistics is just a more academic way of saying numbers. All right, statistics is a more academic word for numbers. It means numbers. Means numbers. Okay, so Angie.
Yes.
Angie. Okay, can you read for me the next sentence, please?
each of the words below in the correct category?
Sorry, starting at the sentence here begins with there, please.
I'm sorry. There are many different words to describe statistics. Which each of the words below in the correct category?
Good. Thank you, Anji. Good reading. Knock two.
Yes.
Hi, Knock two. Can you read the first line of words, please?
Dramatically jump able.
Okay. So this first word here is dramatically. Dramatically. Okay.
Yes.
Can you say that, please, Knock two?
Dramatically.
Good. Dramatically jump. This word here, the L is silent. Okay. So it is pronounced halve. 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 Halve.
Have.
Okay. And the next two words, please.
I can.
Okay. This word here is rapid. Rapid.
Rapid.
Rapid. And the last word, do you know what this is?
No.
Plummet. 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 Okay. I'll read the words again. Thank you, Knock two. So dramatically, jump, halve, rapid, and plummet. Okay, try me.
Yes.
Okay, try me. Can you read the second line of words, please?
Downturn, truth, steep, peak, and slump.
Good reading, Trami. Very good. So this word here, the second one is trough. Trough. Almost like it is spelt T-R-O-F-F. Rhymes with off. Rhymes with off. Trough. Okay. This sound here, I'm sure you've probably seen this combination of letters before in English, can be pronounced 3 or 4 different ways. Very annoying, I know, when you are trying to learn English to work out the pronunciation of O-U-G-H. But again, there's no simple way to do this. You just have to learn the words, unfortunately. So in this case, the word is pronounced trough. Trough. Try me.
Yes.
Yeah, if there was no T there, if I take off the T, how would you pronounce the word?
Rough.
Correct. Well done. Very good, Trami. Okay, so if the T wasn't there, everyone, the word would be pronounced rough. But because the T is there, it is pronounced trough. No reason why, okay? It just is. Just is. Okay, thank you, Trami. That was very good reading. Bao Lin.
Yes. Gradually, sharp, soft, and such and steady.
Good, Bao Lin. Very good reading too. Gradually, sharp, soar, surge, and steady. Okay, and the last line, Feng Yi.
Boost, gain, spring, rocket, and diminish.
Diminish. Good. Boost, gain, shrink, rocket, and diminish. Okay, so these are all words that you use to describe statistics or numbers. So now we have to work out what each word means. So first of all, I'm just going to test how many of you know how many of these words. Okay, so please look at all the words, all right, and then put them into one of these 4 categories. Viet Ang. Can you hear me, Viet Ang?
I can hear you.
Good.
Nghe con
Can
nói
you
to
please?
bật to mic lên.
Rồi ạ.
Okay.
Okay. Very, very quiet, Viet Ang. Your voice is very quiet. Okay. Can you please read this first line for me? Here, please. The first line.
What to describe a movement or trend upwards? No,
Words. Nouns and verbs. Good. Words to describe a movement or trend upwards. nouns or verbs. Okay, so you have to think which of these words means to go up. Means to go up. All right, the second line, please. Jalin.
Words to describe a movement or trend downwards, nouns and verbs.
Good reading. Words to describe a movement or trend downwards, nouns and verbs. Okay, so the opposite of what's described in the first line. All right, next line, please. Angie.
Words to describe a slow change, adjectives and adverbs.
Good, very confident reading, Angie. Words to describe a slow change. Okay, which of these verbs means to change slowly? Okay, some of them are adjectives, some of them are adverbs. And the last line, please, Feng Lin.
Words to describe a fast change, adjectives and adverbs.
Good. Okay, words to describe a fast change. So again, the opposite of the slow words. All right, everyone, so have a look at these for a minute or so, and then I will ask each of you which word goes into which category. Okay, you have 1 minute to do this. So, Mrs. Ha, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Good. How was your day so far?
Oh, thank you very much. I'm okay. I'm fine.
You're okay?
Yes.
Good. That's good. How is your father?
Yeah, it's I visited him, but
Yes.
he's okay.
He's okay.
Yeah,
He's okay.
he's
Yeah.
okay.
And how is his eye feeling?
Still red, but yeah, but anyway, he doesn't use any drops.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Oh, very good. Oh, that's good. So, and does he have any trouble seeing from that eye?
No, I don't think he has any trouble with seeing because because he's old, and so it's cannot as clear as young people. So
But he can still use the eye.
yeah,
Okay.
yes, of course he can use, but he
Okay.
in fact he want to to see clearly like a normal, but I don't think he can do that because of his age,
Yes, I guess it's one of the things of getting old, of course.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm glad he's okay. Thank you, Mrs. Ha.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, how is Paula?
Now she's tutoring for the boy.
Right. She's doing her teaching. Is she still enjoying that?
I think it's okay. It's okay for
It's
her.
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay for her. Good.
Yeah.
But I know she has many things to do.
Yeah.
So just another thing for her to do. I know.
Yesterday he got out of the home at the 6:15, and she returned home at 11:30 p.m.
Wow. That's a very long day. A terrible long day.
Yeah.
Wow, she must be very tired.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I look forward to seeing her later. Okay, everybody, that should be long enough for these words. So I'm going to ask each of you in turn one word. Tinduk. Tinduk.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so please read for me the first word and then read for me which of the 4 categories that it goes into, okay? So for example, you might say, this word describes a movement or trend upwards, okay? Does that make sense? So what is the first word?
Grammatically.
Dramatically, okay? And dramatically is a word to describe what?
Fast change.
Good. So please read for me the whole sentence that I've just read for you. So dramatically is a word to describe a fast change.
Drastically is the word to describe a fast change. Yeah.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. So this word here is describe. Describe.
Describe. Describe.
Describe.
Describe.
Good.
Rất
Excellent.
Rồi, giỏi lắm. Rất nhanh.
Much better.
That is example.
Describe. Rất là kiểu như không, đấy là miêu tả.
Okay. Chưa phải là my turn đúng không?
No, it's okay. He keeps doing more. Or stop.
So no, just stop. Just stop.
Okay,
Stop.
okay.
Thank you, Tinduk.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tinduk. Thank you. Okay, so everyone, you heard what Tinduk said, and he heard how he answered. You heard how he answered the question. So dramatically is a word to describe a fast change. Thank you, Tinduk. Duknia, your turn. Next word, please.
Jump.
Yes, jump.
Nghĩa ơi,
Dạ.
tiếp đi.
Gain, I think.
No, jump.
Chắc là
Okay,
con
so
này đúng không?
okay, so Duknia, sorry, Mrs. Ha, do you want to explain it to him, or do you want me to?
Yes. Okay, give me 1 minute, please.
Sure.
Con chắc là con không tập trung, con không hiểu ý thầy đang hỏi gì đúng không?
Nó không hiểu lắm.
Bởi vì con không nghe thôi, con lại đang làm cái gì đó đúng không? Để cái mặt thẳng lên, cái camera lại nhìn thấy mỗi cái trán không thì làm biết là làm cái gì. Là một. Cái thứ hai là gì nhỉ? Tất cả những cái xu hướng để miêu tả. Cái này là thầy đang bắt đầu để bước vào dạy các con viết cái bài writing task 1. Và trước khi muốn dạy bài đó thì phải học về những cái từ như thế này đã, đúng không? Để miêu tả các cái xu hướng trong khi mình đọc các cái biểu đồ ấy, rồi trong các cái chat ấy, thì rồi sau đó thì mình nhìn cái chat thì mình biết miêu tả cái chat như thế nào. Thì sau đó mình phải học những cái từ chẳng hạn các cái xu hướng mà nó tăng, nó giảm, hay nó thay đổi chậm hay thay đổi nhanh, vân vân. Thế giờ những cái từ như thế này thì nó sẽ miêu tả cái gì, nhưng mà phải nhớ dùng cái câu giống như là Thịnh Đức vừa mới làm đó. Tức là cái từ này là từ mà miêu tả cái xu hướng lên xuống hay nhanh hay chậm như nào đó. Tập trung vào nhé con nhé. Ok, nào, keep going, please. Jump.
Jump. Words to describe a movement or trend upwards.
Okay.
Okay, good. Jump is a word to describe a movement or trend upwards. Okay, thank you for the explanation, Mrs. Ha. So jump, okay? Hopefully you all got that. Knock 2.
Yes.
Okay, next word, please.
What to describe
Sorry, I didn't hear the word. Knock 2. Sorry, the word we're looking at is this word here.
Yes,
Okay. Okay, remember it is pronounced halve. Halve. So the L is silent. Halve. So it is pronounced
Giống như con
almost
đọc
like
từ have
it
trong
is.
tiếng Anh, cái từ have với has đây, nhưng mà have đọc dài chữ A ra, chữ A đọc dài ra một chút vì chữ L đọc câm, được chưa? Tức là chia đôi ra đấy. Đó là bởi vì cái từ half là gì nhỉ, là một nửa, nhưng mà còn từ have mọi người đã biết là gì nhỉ? Đây chính là động từ của cái từ half ở đây đúng không? Nhưng đây đọc have. Tức là động từ chia đôi, chia đều cái gì giáo ra, được chưa? Đó, con làm tiếp xem nào.
what to decide a slow change.
You think a slow change. Slow. I think it is a fast change. Knock 2. Okay, when you halve something, say I have an apple.
Yes.
Okay, knock 2. Apple, and I get a knife and I cut it in half. So I halve it, but it's doing it quickly. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so halve is a fast change, to halve something, to halve a number. For example, knock 2, can you halve 100 for me, please? What is the answer?
Con hiểu chứ nhỉ?
No, 100 kiểu thế.
Là 50, nói như nào?
50.
50,
To
correct.
lên nào, nói to lên, trời ơi.
Okay, so half of 100 is 50. You are correct. So that is a fast change. Okay, so to halve something is a fast change. Thank you, Noctu. Trami.
Yes,
Next word, please.
Plummet.
rapid is the word to describe fast change.
Is correct. Thank you, Trami. Rapid is a word to describe a fast change. Bao Lin.
Downturn, I think is
Con đâu có plummet mà con.
plummet.
Mhm.
Plummet, I think is a describe fast change.
A fast change, and actually this one can be two. Okay, can be two of these categories. Bao Lin. All right. So fast change is one. All right. What direction?
Con hiểu từ đấy không
I
nhỉ?
think,
Kiểu lao thẳng xuống vực ấy, lao thẳng xuống rồi là rơi thẳng xuống một phát ấy thì nó như thế nào? Một là theo cái xu hướng là phát trên, cái thứ hai là gì nữa? Thế là gì nhỉ? Trend upward ấy, tức là hoặc là gì hay là trend downwards nào?
trend downwards.
Okay.
Correct. Good. Very
Yeah.
good. Okay, so plummet. Okay, this one here actually fits into two of these categories. Plummet is something that happens fast, a fast change. Plummet also means to go down, but means to go down very fast. And one way to remember this, Bao Lin,
Yes.
do you have a fruit in Vietnam called a plum? A plum, P-L-U-M?
Yes.
Có. Yeah, đúng rồi.
Yes. It had a red color. I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, a plum. Okay, so just to remember what this word means, just think of a plum falling off a tree. Okay, a plum falls off a tree. A plum falls off a tree, it goes fast and it goes down, of course. Okay, so to help you remember this word, just think of a little picture in your mind. Plummet. Think of plum, the fruit, falling off the tree. So it goes down and it goes fast. Okay, does that make sense, Bao Lin?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Phong Nhi.
Downturn is the word to describe a movement and trend downward.
Correct. Downturn is a word to describe a movement or trend downwards. Thank you, Phong Nhi. Viet Ang.
I don't know about the meaning, teacher.
Okay, that's fine. If you don't know, okay, don't worry. All right. So can you pronounce the word again for me, please?
Trough.
Trough, correct. Trough.
Trough.
Almost like the word is spelt, rhymes with off. Okay, trough rhymes with off. All right, a trough. Jalin.
Yeah.
Trough, please. Trough.
I
Trough
think
is a word.
Is the word to
Describe.
A movement or trend downwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, correct.
Giỏi lắm.
Correct. Correct, Jalin. Very good. A trough describes a movement downwards. Okay. A trough is shaped like the letter U, okay, goes down. Goes down. I know it goes up again at the other side, but the first movement of a letter U is to go down. Right? So it describes a movement downwards. Viet Ang. Hello, Viet Ang. Yeah. Does that make sense to you now? Trough.
Trough. Yeah.
Trough is like the letter U, all right? Like this shape. So it means to go down. All right, is a movement downwards, something that is a trough. That is a trough. Okay. Anji.
Yes.
Okay. The next word is this.
to describe a movement or trend upward and downward. I think it's both.
Oh, little bit, sorry, it's a little bit hard to hear on your connection, Anji, but I think I heard correctly. So the word steep, okay, as a word to describe a movement or trend upwards, okay, steep is to go up. Steep is to go up, and also usually to go up fast. Something, think of an aeroplane, all right? An aeroplane. Pretend this is an aeroplane, okay? Aeroplane goes up steeply, so it goes up and fast. So steep. Next one, please. Fong Lin.
Peak.
Peak, yes.
I say right.
Yes, you did.
Peak. Peak is what is this?
What do you think? Okay, so peak is the same word that you use for the top of a mountain, Fong Lin. Okay, a peak looks like this. All right, like that. So which way does a peak go? Up or down?
Peak is up.
Correct. So can you read the correct answer for me, please? Peak.
Peak is the words to describe a movement. Peak.
Yes.
Describe a movement or trend upwards.
Yes, correct. Correct, Fong Lin. Good. Okay, good. Peak describes a movement or trend upwards. Okay, peak, again, is the top of a mountain. Top of a mountain, such as the peak of Mount Everest. Okay, means the top. Okay, and peak usually means something that goes up like this. Thank you, Fong Lin. Tin Duk, back to you again, please. Tin Duk.
Yes.
Next word, please.
I think climb is a word to describe a movement or trend downward.
Okay, can you say the word again, please?
Clump.
Okay, it is slump.
A slump.
Slump. Okay,
Slump.
the slump. SL sound is sl.
Okay.
Slump. Slump. Describes a movement or trend downwards is correct. Slump is something that goes down. Thank you, Tinduk. Duk Nia.
Yes.
This word here, please. We are here.
Gradually. I think it's a fast change.
Okay, so can you please read the whole sentence?
Words to describe a fast change.
Is not correct, Duk Nia. Okay, gradually is actually a word to describe a slow change. Something that happens gradually happens slowly. Gradual and slow are synonyms. All right, everyone, gradually and slowly are synonyms. So gradually is a word to describe a slow change. Knock two.
Yes.
Next word, please.
What? Sorry, I'm.
Okay, everyone, please pay attention to where we are. Okay, so this word here, please.
Sharp. What to decide moment of trend upward, maybe?
Is correct. Yes, a movement or trend upwards. Sharp is a word to describe a movement or trend upwards. Okay, and knock two, is it slow or fast?
I think it's fast.
It is fast. Okay, something that is sharp. Okay, means it's sharp is a little bit like peak. Okay, something that moves sharply. Okay, Actually, sharp, it can be downwards as well. Something can fall sharply. So actually, sharp can be either of these things, but it is fast. All right. Sorry to confuse any of you. Sharp can actually be up or down, but it is fast. Something that changes sharply. Okay, next one, please. Try me.
Yes. So is a word to describe movement or trend upwards.
Correct. Soar is a word to describe a movement or trend upwards, often used to describe how birds fly. All right. Birds, when they are doing this in the sky, they are soaring, and they usually means they're going up. Okay. So if you see a bird going up like this, it is soaring in English. It is obviously flying as well, but to soar means to go up, fly up. Thank you, Trami. Berlin.
Such is describe faster.
Describes a fast change. Yes, it does. And up or down, Berlin?
I think is upward.
You are correct. Surge means something that goes quickly upwards. Something that surges is something that moves generally upwards. You can't have surge downwards in English. So surge is a word to describe a fast change upwards. Thank you, Baolin. Feng Yi.
Steady is
Yes.
the word to describe a slow train.
I learned to describe a slow change, something that is steady. This is a little bit of a tricky one, Feng Yi, okay? Steady, actually, there isn't a category for this, usually means no change, okay? Okay, so that was a good guess out of these four, but actually steady, all right? And by the way, this doesn't rhyme with the word ready. Sorry, it does rhyme with the word ready. Steady and ready. Okay, so the A is silent. Steady and ready. All right, steady usually means something that is just like this. Okay, so you walk at a steady speed, or you ride your bike at a steady speed, or the temperature remained steady. Usually means it remains more or less the same. All right, thank you, Fungi. So a little bit of a trick question. Viet Ang, we're on to the last line now. Viet Ang.
Boost describe a fast trend.
Boost describes a fast trend. It does. In what direction?
It movement or trend upward.
Correct. Well done. Okay. Boost describes a fast trend and upwards. Okay. So it is two of these categories. Something that is given a boost means given a push upwards. Okay. Jalin.
I think gain is words to describe a fast train.
Gain, a word to describe a fast trend. In which direction?
Is incorrect?
I don't, you can have a slow gain, so that is not quite correct. So it's more about the direction, a gain. Which one would you choose? Upwards or downwards?
Upwards.
Yes, correct. Gain, okay, as a word to describe a movement or trends upwards. It can be slow or fast. Okay, you can have a fast gain or a slow gain. So gain just means something that goes upwards. Thank you, Jalin. Anji.
I think shrink is a word to describe a movement or trend downwards.
Correct. Okay, and shrink usually happens usually slowly. Usually slowly. Okay, downwards is correct. Fung Lin.
I think rocket is the word to describe a movement or trend upward.
And is it slow or fast?
Fast.
It is fast.
It's
Okay,
fast.
rocket.
Okay.
Yeah, think of like a spaceship. Okay, something that goes up into space, something that carries satellites into space is called a rocket. Okay, so a rocket goes up very fast. Rocket goes up fast. And Tin Dok, last one for you. Last one.
Diminish.
Okay, it is pronounced diminish. Diminish.
Diminish.
Correct. Diminish.
I
Diminish.
think diminish is the word to describe a slow change.
Okay, diminish is a word to describe a slow change. Yes, but one of these is more correct. Okay, upwards or downwards?
Upward?
No, downwards. Something that diminishes gets less. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. As I'll give you an example sentence. As the sun went down, sun spelled S-U-N, as the sun went down, the amount of light diminished. Okay, the amount of light got less as the sun goes down toward the end of the day. So diminish usually means a slow change downwards. All right, has to be downwards. So something that diminishes is something that gets smaller. All right, so I'll just quickly summarize this before we move on to the exercise I've got for you. So dramatically, all right, is a fast change. Jump is a fast change. This word here, knock two.
Yes.
How do you pronounce this word here?
Half.
Okay, with the V sound, half. Thank you, knock two. Halve, okay, is a fast change. Rapid is a fast change. Plummet is a fast change downwards. All right. Remember I said to you about the plum, the fruit falling off the tree. It falls down fast. A plum plummets. Downturn is something that goes down. Word to describe a slow change, downwards. Trough is a movement downwards. Steep, okay, is a movement upwards, usually fast. Peak is a movement upwards, again, usually fast. Slump is a movement downwards, can be fast or slow. Gradually is something that changes slowly, up or down, gradually. Sharp is something that goes up or down, but fast. So gradually and sharp are the opposites. If I talk about a gradual increase, means a slow increase. A sharp increase is a fast increase. Soar, okay, means to go high, upwards, usually fast. Surge also means to go upwards, and again, usually fast. Steady is something that doesn't change. Something that is steady remains the same. Boost is to go upwards, usually fast. Gain is to go upwards, can be fast or slow. Shrink is something that goes down or gets smaller, usually slowly, but can be fast. Rocket, think of a rocket going into space. Rocket goes up fast. And diminish is a synonym for shrink, Diminish means to get smaller slowly. Something that diminishes usually gets smaller slowly. All right. Any questions about any of those words? Okay. So, all right. So in the Ielts writing task 1, you will be asked to write about some sort of graph or chart or table or map, and you will be asked to describe what is happening in the graph, a chart, a table, or a map. Okay, and writing task 1 normally is around about 150 words. Okay, so these are two graphs, two line graphs, as you can see here from the description. In a line graph, I will just go quickly through this because I assume most of you know how a graph works from your study of math. But I would just go very quickly through this so that you are familiar with the English words for this. All right, on a graph, this is the x-axis, x-axis, okay? It is the vertical axis, spelled A-X-I-S. Is there anyone who is not familiar with the word axis? I can write it for you if you like. A-X-I-S. Axis is one of the poles on a graph, and the vertical axis is usually described as the x-axis. The horizontal axis is usually described as the y-axis, using the letter Y. Okay, x-axis on a graph, y-axis is the one that goes horizontally. Right, so this first graph, number 1, you can see on the x-axis, there are numbers that go up 0.51, 1.52, 2.5, and so on. This number here is millions of people. All right, this x-axis represents millions of people. So, Trami,
Yes,
how many people does the top line of this graph represent?
there are 5 million people.
Correct, Trami. Exactly right. There are 5 million people, okay? Hey, like I say, this shouldn't be very hard for most of you, but I will just go quickly through it so you understand the English terms. Thank you, Trami. 5 million people are represented on the x-axis, all right? On the y-axis, Baolin.
Yes.
Okay, what is on the y-axis?
I don't understand. I don't understand the question.
Okay. So on the x-axis, which is the vertical axis of this graph, all right, it represents the number of people, all right? It represents the number of people. It doesn't say that, but I told you that, okay? That's how Trami knew that this 5 represented 5 million people, all right? So on the horizontal or y-axis, what can you see, Baolin?
I can see the deer.
Sorry, you can see?
Deer.
You can see years, correct, okay? What is the spacing between the numbers? How many years each time?
20 years. 20
Correct,
years.
correct, Baolin, exactly right. So there are 20 years. So the y-axis represents years in spaces of 20. The y-axis represents years in spaces of 20. And Baolin, what is the first year that you can see?
One
Okay, you pronounce
oh,
this in English, you pronounce this 1960.
okay, 1960.
Okay, that is the first year you can see is 1960. What is the last year you can see, Balin?
2020.
Usually in English, you say 2020. Okay, 2020. And I'll get you to do the other two as well. Okay, so Balin, first one is 1960.
Yes.
What is the second year you can see represented?
1980.
Correct. What is the third one you can see represented?
2000.
2000 is correct. And as we just said, what is the last one?
2020.
Okay, so how many years, Balin, between 1960 and 2020?
Let me see. 60 years.
60 years. Very good, Balin. Your arithmetic is fine. Okay, there are 60 years between 1960 and 2020. So the x-axis on the graph represents a span, S-P-A-N, span, S-P-A-N, of 60 years. 60 years. Span means a length of time. It's a measurement for a length of time, a span of 60 years. That word is spelled S-P-A-N. So again, in summary, the x-axis of the graph represents millions of people, up to 5 million people. And if you're wondering where it says millions of people, it doesn't, all right? But I'm telling you that. However, on the y-axis, it does tell you exactly what it represents. It represents years spanning 60 years from 1960 to 2020. Okay, any questions about any of that so far? All right, so the graph actually shows the number of people in Vietnam who are injured every year in traffic accidents, in millions of people. So, Phong Nhi. Phong Nhi.
I'm here.
Okay, Phong Nhi, in the year 1960, how many people in Vietnam were injured in traffic accidents?
Can you say again?
Sure. In the year 1960, how many people in Vietnam were injured in traffic accidents?
In 1960, 2.5 million people are injured.
Is correct. Exactly right, Phong Nhi. So what Phong Nhi is looking at is this. In the year 1960, 2.5 million people are injured in traffic accidents. Thank you, Phong Nhi. Viet Ang.
Yes.
Okay, Viet Ang. In the year 1980, how many people in Vietnam were injured in traffic accidents?
In 4 million.
I think a little bit more than that, I think. What would you say?
I don't know, so this 4, 5.
Yeah, I think 4.5, probably close to 4.5. Okay, that's how you say this in English. 4.5. So 4.5 injured in traffic accidents. Okay, Viet Ang.
Yeah, 4.5.
Yep, in the year 2000, Viet Ang.
2000.
Yeah, how many people were injured in traffic accidents?
2 million people.
Is correct. 2 million. Okay. Jalin.
I'm here.
In the year 2010, Jalin, How many people were injured in traffic accidents?
Can you say again?
In the year 2010, how many people were injured in traffic accidents?
I think it's 2.5.
2.5, you think?
Yeah.
About, I think maybe. Okay, this is a little bit of a tricky question. So, sorry, I have to get my pointer back. There it is. Okay, so 2010 is here.
Yes.
All right, so we're looking at about here on the graph.
Yeah.
So it's not quite 2.5, is it?
It's the middle about 2 and
Yeah.
2.5.
Yeah. So what would you guess? What would you say?
I think it's 2.3.
Okay, good. Close enough. 2.3. Okay, you would say about 2.3 injured in traffic accidents. Very good. Okay, and Anji,
Yes.
last one. In the year 2020,
I think there were 2.7
2.7 is correct. Okay, 2.7. All right. So please, I hope everyone is watching the graph so that you understand how to read the graph and how to express it in English. So Anji just said to me, in the year 2020, 2.7 million people were injured in traffic accidents in Vietnam. Right? So those are the words you would use to describe this in English. So what I'm going to get you to do now is very quickly to write that for me on this graph. So I'm going to make sure that I can share this document with you now so that you can all write on it. And I'm going to send you a link in the chat box. All right, if you can all click on that link that I have just sent you in chat, please, you should be able to write on the piece of, write on the document that you can see. Sorry, I'm just trying to move the chat box out of the way. There it is. Okay, so what I want each of you to do, please, all right, is to write for me. Sorry, I'm trying to move it down. That's it. All right, is to write to me and tell me in an English sentence, okay, how many people were injured in traffic accidents in Vietnam in the year 1990.
Các con hiểu mình phải làm gì chưa? Mà mọi người có hiểu không nhỉ?
Dạ cô nói lại đi ạ.
Con đã hiểu mình phải làm gì chưa?
Dạ chưa, con vừa mới quay lại lớp.
Thế thì con nếu mà bạn nào không hiểu thì nhớ đừng ngại yêu cầu thầy giải thích lại, bởi vì bây giờ nhá, bác nói lại này là gì nhỉ? Bây giờ chúng mình đang bắt đầu bước vào học thực ra cái writing task 2 thì có khi là nó rất là ăn điểm của nó rất là cao. Thế nhưng mà vì là từ trước nay từ bé đến giờ chúng mình vẫn quen với cái việc mình viết các bài văn, các bài luận rồi đấy, đúng không? Thế thì kiểu gì thì kiểu mình cũng võ vẽ được một chút. Nhưng mà trong cái bài này các con phải biết cách để đọc. Tức là cái này là cái gì nhỉ? Cái này nó sẽ có những cái quy luật riêng của nó, nhưng bây giờ trước mắt là đầu tiên là mình sẽ phải làm gì thôi? Mình sẽ phải là học từng câu, từng phần một ghép vào nhau đã. Bây giờ biết cách là để viết các cái ví dụ nhìn phải đầu tiên là phải biết cách đọc cái bản đồ. Teacher, I think you should move up. Okay, you sent them already.
I sent them already, yes.
Yeah. So, because some of them didn't understand what they need to do.
Okay. So
Yeah.
have you explained it or not?
Yes, but yeah, I think I explained some first, and please explain again one more
Okay.
time. Yes, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Of course
Yeah?
it's okay.
Okay,
Of
thank
course
you
it's
very much.
okay. Of course.
Thank
Thank you, Mrs. Ha. Okay, everyone. So again, you should be able to write on this document because I've now sent you the link. Once you click on the link in chat box, you can write on the document. I want you please to write me one sentence that starts with these words, okay? In 1990, okay? And I need you to answer the question for me. How many people in Vietnam were injured in traffic accidents?
Con đã hiểu chưa nhỉ?
Okay, so
Okay.
sorry, does that make sense now, Mrs. Ha?
Yes. Thịnh Đức hiểu chưa con?
Dạ rồi ạ.
Ok, câu tóm lại là mình phải biết cách đọc trên bản đồ, số liệu trên bản đồ. Cái cột gì nhỉ? Cái cột ngang là gì, cột dọc là gì, đúng không? Giống như trục tung với trục hoành ấy, thì cái cột nào đưa ra số liệu gì? Ví dụ như là thường là mình học cách đọc số liệu ấy, trong nhà địa lý các con học rồi đúng không? Chẳng như là cái cột nằm ngang ấy thì thường là sẽ chỉ thị cái số 5. Thế còn thì cái cột nằm thẳng đứng ấy thì là mình sẽ chỉ thị ra cái số người hay là cái số gì đó, tóm lại là tùy từng theo yêu cầu đầu bài. Rồi là mình sẽ biết là ví dụ như là vào năm này thì có bao nhiêu người như thế này, nhưng sau đó con phải dùng một trong những cái từ mà để miêu tả cái xu hướng là lên hay xuống, hay là gì nhỉ, hay tăng nhanh hay tăng chậm, hay thay đổi nhanh thay đổi chậm gì đó để miêu tả. Thường những cái việc này thì có nghĩa là hay phải so sánh giữa hai cái gì đó với nhau. Thế thì bảo là từ trong cái năm này đến cái năm này thì cái số liệu nó tăng lên một cách rất nhanh chóng, hoặc là cái số này nó đã rơi xuống hoặc là nó bị giảm rất nhiều, thì mình phải biết cách để mình dùng. Một là mình dùng trạng từ, thì mình dùng một cái động từ đấy miêu tả. Hai là mình dùng chính cái động từ đó để miêu tả cái xu hướng tăng hay giảm, hay là gì nhỉ, hay là lên hay xuống gì đó, vân vân cái thứ đấy, thì mình phải biết cách nó linh hoạt. Cho nên là cô mới, trong lúc bác dạy các con là bác dạy rất kỹ cái chuyện là chúng mình phải dùng từ loại như thế nào cho chính xác, là vì như thế. Okay.
Okay, so hopefully I've made it even more clear for you. So please start off your sentence using these words, okay? These 4 words. In 1990, there were, and to complete the sentence, you need to give me 8 more words. 8 more words to complete the sentence.
Thế nhỉ? Sử dụng ít nhất là 8 từ nữa để mà hoàn thành câu đấy. Vào năm này thì có bao nhiêu đó. Được chưa? Okay.
Okay, and remember you are answering the question, in 1990, how many people in Vietnam were injured in traffic accidents? So you should be able to give me a sentence starting with these 4 words that answers that question, that uses 8 more words than I have written here. Does that make sense, Mrs. Ha?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Sorry for the very slow explanation.
No, it doesn't matter, because now it is completely new for them to learn, you know.
Good. That's good.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So it's slowly.
Okay. All right. So does everyone understand you must start your sentence with these 4 words? Okay. Everyone, please write your sentence starting with these 4 words. In 1990, there were.
Các con bấm vào đường link chưa? Có ai có vấn đề gì bấm vào đường link không? Thịnh bấm vào trong cái chat gì ấy. Bấm vào
con chưa nhận được link ạ.
Con chưa nhận được link.
Bác ơi, cháu không thấy đường link.
Ok, teacher. Thế mà không nào nói gì, trời ơi, chúng mình ngồi im đấy. Teacher, please send the link again. Okay, because
again.
No one received the link.
Teacher share link to me.
Okay, the teacher will send the link to all of you. Okay.
I will share the link with you again. Okay.
Xong mọi người bấm vào cái link này, xong mọi người tự viết lên đây nhá. Nhưng mà trước khi viết câu của mình thì nhớ là viết tên của mình đi một tí, đúng không? Viết cái tên của mình là cái gì trên cái đầu trước khi viết đó. Làm quen dần với cái này, bác dạy chúng mình hồi online mãi rồi gì nữa, đúng không? Okay, send to the chat box.
Okay, I'll send it again.
Yeah.
Okay. Why has that only gone to, I think it's only gone to Tin Duc. That's why they can't see it. Hang on a moment.
Okay.
That's why I'm guessing. All right. Send again. Yeah, that will be why, because Tin Duc sent me a message before.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, hang on just a moment. I will just open the chat box again. Okay, and this time send everyone the message.
Riêng cái khoản về công nghệ thầy hơi chắc chắn thầy phải chậm hơn bác rồi.
I send this link to everyone, so.
Okay, you can send it to everyone, Tin Duc?
Yes, okay.
All right,
Con
thank
bấm
you.
Thịnh Đức rồi, Thịnh Đức thông minh lắm rồi, thank you con, giỏi lắm. Rồi, đúng rồi. Okay, good.
Okay, can you see it, Mrs. Ha?
Yeah. I saw it already.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sorry everybody. I thought I was sending it to everyone, not just Tin Duc. Graph is here, of course. So in 1990, how many people were injured in traffic accidents in Vietnam? In 1990, there were. So please finish that sentence. Okay, this shouldn't take you very long, only writing one sentence.
Phương Linh ơi. Phương Linh, Gia Linh nhá, đều mắc những cái lỗi sai giống nhau. Bác nói bao nhiêu lần rồi. Cái trong cái việc là gì nhỉ? Cái đi với cái số ai có S gì đằng sau mới liền thế kia. Một cái danh từ đứng trước một cái danh từ khác thì coi như cái chức năng của nó giống như một tính từ chứ nhỉ? Thì làm sao mà có S gì được? Chú ý nhá. Bỏ S gì đi. Đấy, Trà My viết tốt đấy.
Okay, so who hasn't finished it? Bao Lin has finished. Thank you, Bao Lin. All right, this shouldn't take you too long. Okay. Okay, Trami is almost finished.
Anh Duy finished already.
Duc Nia has finished. Okay, everyone, just another few seconds to finish this. This shouldn't take too long. And if you are having trouble with this, I will show you the answer shortly, so don't worry. Okay, let's go. Let's start. All right, Bao Lin.
Just in 1990, there were about 3 million people who were in traffic accident in Vietnam.
Okay, almost correct, Bao Lin, almost. Okay, in 1990, there were about 3 million people. All right, I'll just check actually. In 1990, yeah, so 3 million. Everyone should have around about 3 million. Okay, if you had a figure that is slightly different, don't worry. All right, it's a little bit hard to see, so but 3 million is okay. About 3 million people were injured in traffic accidents in Vietnam. So only one thing wrong, Bao Lin, okay? You do not need the second were, okay? So I will take that out. All right, Bao Lin, can you read the sentence, please?
Yes. In 1990, there were about 3 million people injured in traffic accident in Vietnam.
Okay, good reading, Bao Lin. Now that sentence is 100% correct. Okay, so you didn't need the second were. Okay, you already have were here. All right, you only need one were in the sentence. In 1990, there were about 3 million people injured in traffic accidents in Vietnam. All right, thank you, Bao Lin. Jalin.
In 1990, there are about 3 million people in Vietnam who are injured every year in traffic accidents.
That is correct, Jalin. Okay, you've made it though a little bit longer than you needed to. All right, so what Bao Lin now has written here is the easiest way to write it. Okay, yours is still correct, but you've just used more words. Okay, so there is nothing wrong with your sentence, Jalin. You have just written yours, of course, in present tense. So that's good, Jalin. You know present tense very well. There are about 3 million people in Vietnam who are injured every year in traffic accidents.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone who was watching, please, can you just look at the difference between these two answers? Bao Lin's answer is in past tense. Jalin's answer is in present tense. But both are correct. Thank you, Jalin. Very good. Okay, Phong Lin.
In 1990, there were about 3 million people who were injured by the traffic accident in Vietnam.
Okay, not bad, Phong Lin. Just one mistake. Do you know what it is? One mistake. One mistake. It is this word here. Phong Lin. This preposition here, what should it be?
Yeah.
Do you know what it should be? Not, it is not by, not by.
In,
yes.
In the traffic.
In the traffic, so, and you don't need the, okay? You just need in can replace both these words, all right? There were about 3 million people who were injured in. I'll correct it for you. Okay, Phong Lin. Phong Lin.
Phương Linh ơi, con bật mic lên thế nào? Oh, okay.
Is she lost her
Yes.
connection? Ah, Phong Lin. Okay, now can you read the correct sentence for me, please?
In 1919, there were about 3 million people who were injured in traffic accidents in Vietnam.
Okay, so I got you to read it so you know how the correct sentence should sound. That's good, Phong Lin. Okay, so remember, in was the only mistake you made. Okay, in replaced by. Thank you, Phong Lin. Tin Duc.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can.
In 1990, there were 3 million people injured in traffic accident in Vietnam.
Is correct. Very good, Tin Duc. Okay, that is exactly correct. All right, Anji.
In 90, there were approximately 3 million people injured in traffic accident in Vietnam. In the period from 1980 to 1990, it had dramatically increased.
Okay, very good, Anji. You actually added an extra sentence there that you didn't need to, but it is still fine. All right, that's good. In 1990, there were approximately 3 million people. All right, so for those of you who are not sure what this word means, it means about, okay? About 3 million people injured in traffic accidents in Vietnam. Approximately is a good formal word to use. Instead of saying about, you say approximately, okay? About and approximately are synonyms, meaning around 3 million people were injured in traffic accidents in Vietnam, okay? The only thing I think is wrong with this, Anji, is that really this should be a new sentence.
Yes, right.
Okay, starting when we, okay, Anji?
Duy hiểu chưa con?
Dạ
Một,
vâng.
một cái ý sau là con phải sang một câu mới rồi chứ. Làm gì có dấu phẩy ở chỗ này nhỉ? In thôi, chấm thôi, đúng không? Ok.
Okay, you understand, Anji?
Yes.
Okay, so this should be actually two sentences, all right? The second sentence here should start in. It had dramatically increased, okay? But that is good. Good, Anji. Okay, Trami.
Yes.
Can you read your sentence, please, Trami?
In 1990, there were approximately 3 million people who are injured in a traffic accident in Vietnam.
Okay, Trami. So what you have done wrong, you have mixed up present tense.
Thì bị xung đột nhau rồi.
Okay, and past tense in the same sentence. All right.
Yes.
So here you've said were, all right, which makes it past tense. Okay. But here you have said are, which is present tense. All right. So you can't have past tense and present tense the way you have used them in the same sentence. So what, Trami, can you tell me what this word should be instead of are?
Is or.
Correct. Okay. So it needs to be past tense, the same as here. All right. Who were injured in, and you don't need the in this case.
Yes.
Okay. So you can in traffic accidents. In traffic accidents. Doesn't need to be in the traffic accidents. And if you are not sure, you simply look at what the graph is described as here. Okay, you can see there is no the here.
Yes.
All right, so you know then that you don't need to use a the in your answer. Okay, so in 1990, there were approximately 3 million people who were injured in traffic accidents, get rid of, in traffic accidents in Vietnam. All right, now that sentence is correct, Trami. And good to see you using the word approximately too. That's great. Okay, that is correct. Thank you, Trami. Duc Nia.
Yes.
Can you read your sentence for me,
Okay.
please?
In 1990, there were around 3 million people who were injured by traffic accidents in Vietnam.
Is correct. Perfect sentence, Duk Nia. Very good. All right. And again, for those of you who are looking for synonyms, approximately and around mean the same thing. Approximately and around mean the same thing. Probably, Duk Nia, approximately is probably a better word to use in a test because it is a slightly more formal word and you would show in a test that you know how to use this word. All right, so that is the only suggestion I would make. I think approximately in a test is probably a better word to use because it's a more academic word. But your sentence is correct. Thank you, Duk Nia. Who's next? Viet An.
Việt Anh ơi.
In 1990, there were 3 million people who were injured by the traffic accident in Vietnam.
Okay, and again, the same thing as I pointed out before, this preposition is incorrect, Viet An. Did you hear my correction before? What should this be? Okay, not by.
Con thay từ by bằng từ gì?
In.
In, yes, in, yeah. Yeah, it should be in, injured in traffic accidents. You get injured in a traffic accident, not by a traffic accident. All right, you would get in a traffic accident, you would be injured by a car or by a motorcycle or by a taxi. That would be correct, but you would be injured in the traffic accident. All right. If you use the word by, you have to label the thing, you have to name the thing that has injured you. For example, a car or a taxi or a motorcycle. All right. Thank you, Viet An. The rest of the sentence, though, is correct. The rest of the sentence is correct. Okay, knock two.
Yes.
Can you read your sentence, please, knock two?
Okay. In the 2050, there were 2 million people who are injured in the traffic accident in Vietnam.
Okay, I will just correct some of your reading, knock two. What is this number?
No. I forgot.
Okay, 1990. 1990. Okay, in 1990, and what is this number? Knock two.
3 million.
Three, correct. 3 million people. Okay, in 1990, there were 3 million people who, and this, as I was saying to somebody else before, okay, are is a present tense word. Okay, all right, this is a past tense word, were. So if you already start off using a past tense word, then you must use a past tense word here. All right. So what should this word be? Knock two.
Who is? Who were?
Correct. Who were? Who were? Okay. The same as you've used were here. This should be were as well. All right. To keep it everything past tense. You could also make the sentence present tense by using are here. All right, but because you've already started off making it past tense, the rest of the sentence has to be past tense as well. All right, can you read the sentence again for me, knock two?
Con đọc cả câu lại đi.
In the 1919, there were 3 million people who were injured in the traffic accidents in Vietnam.
Okay, that's better reading, knock two. And again, last thing to correct, you don't need the here. Okay, don't need that. Injured in traffic accidents in Vietnam. Okay, and in 1990. Thank you, Nok Tu. All right, and the last one is Phong Nhi. Thank you for waiting patiently, Phong Nhi.
In 1990, there were 3 million people who were injured in the traffic accident in Vietnam.
Okay. What is the one mistake you have made, Phong Nhi, that I just corrected with Nok Tu and also someone else? You've made one mistake. You have one word too many. Which word is it?
Con hiểu ý của thầy không? Phương Nhi ơi.
Con chưa hiểu ạ.
Ok, con hỏi yêu cầu thầy nói lại. Thầy nói lại.
Say it again.
Okay, you have made one mistake. All right. Okay. There is one word you need to take out of your sentence.
Con hiểu chưa nhỉ?
Rồi ạ.
Làm sao nhỉ? Mắc một lỗi đấy mà phải thừa một từ, mình phải bỏ một từ ấy ra, từ gì?
Từ the.
Con nói với thầy.
I think
omit hoặc là check the
Okay.
take the out.
Okay, this word here.
Yeah.
Phong Nhi. Okay, you don't need it. Take it out. All right, now it is correct. All right, so you don't need the in this sentence.
Thế chứ nhỉ? Không dùng tạo từ lung thế đúng không? Cái đấy là phải xác định rồi, các cái tai nạn đã được xác định đâu, cho nên là không có từ the. Thầy cẩn thận lắm. Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, Phong Nhi, can you read it for me one more time, please?
Con đọc to lên nào.
In the 1990, there were 3 million people who were injured in traffic accidents in Vietnam.
Okay, 100% correct. Thank you, Phong Nhi. All right. So thank you, everyone, for doing that exercise. That's great. So what we are going to do from now on is to often use that way of doing exercises. I will share the document with you and get you to write to me so I can see what you are writing. And we will continue with this exercise next time. And the reason we're doing this exercise is, of course, because it's task 1 of the Ielts test. So next week, we will do more practice on using the verbs and adverbs that we learned at the start of the lesson. So very quickly, just to finish, we're going to go through these idiomatic expressions very quickly. Tin Duk.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, can you read the first expression for me, please?
Behind closed door.
Yeah.
Done is secret.
Good. Behind, so the idiomatic expression behind closed doors means something that is done in secret. All right. They had, I'll give you an example sentence. They had the meeting behind closed doors. That means the meeting was held in secret. Duk Nia.
Yes.
Second line, please.
Bite off more than you can chew to do more than one's ability.
Good reading, Duk Nia. So to bite off something more than you can chew means to take on maybe a task or a job that is too difficult for you or that you don't have time to do. If you bite off something more than you can chew, it means you are doing something that is too difficult for you or that you don't have the time to do. Bite off more than you can chew. Number 3, please. Nok Tu.
Buy a bullet to face a deep bullet to face a difficult situation.
Bravely.
Bravely. Okay. Bravely means you are very brave and strong and not afraid. Okay. To be brave is to be not afraid. So to bite the bullet is an idiomatic expression that means to face a difficult situation bravely. I know we're running out of time, so I won't explain the stories behind these expressions, but just to make you familiar with what the expressions look like and how they sound. but there is usually a story behind each of these expressions and how they came to mean something in English. Okay, next one, please. Tra mi.
A bitter pill to swallow, an unpleasant fact that must be accepted.
Good. Okay. So you know what bitter means. Bitter is something to do with taste. Things taste bitter. A pill is a medicine. Swallow is when you swallow something, like you swallow food. So something that is a bitter pill to swallow is an unpleasant fact that you must accept. For example, getting a D in the test was a bitter pill for him to swallow. Failing the test was a bitter pill to swallow. All right, next one, please. Bao Lin.
Black sheep of the family, the worst member.
Okay, the black sheep of someone who is the black sheep in a family is usually someone who is maybe the laziest person, or the person who has done something bad, or the person who doesn't help other people in the family, or maybe is the only person in the family who doesn't go to get a good job, something like that. Okay, it comes from a flock of sheep. Sheep are usually white, all right? So it is very unusual to have a black sheep in a flock of sheep when they're usually white. So having a black sheep has come to be synonymous with someone who is the worst member of a group or family. All right, just two more of these to go and we will finish. Feng Ni.
Blessing in the I don't know.
Okay, this word here is disguise. Disguise.
Blessing in the disguise, something that turned out to be good, which earlier appeared to be wrong.
Okay, just very quickly, a disguise is something you use to change your appearance. Maybe you wear a mask on your face. All right, when you want to change your appearance, that is called a disguise. All right, maybe you dress up as a nun, Feng Yi. All right, you are in disguise. Okay, you are not really a nun. Okay, but you are in disguise if you dress as one. So blessing in disguise just means something which turns out to be good, which earlier appeared to be wrong. An example I can think of was she missed her bus to school, but then the bus had a traffic accident. So that turned out to be a blessing in disguise for her. She missed the bus to school, but then the bus had a traffic accident. So that turned out to be a blessing in disguise for her. Because she missed the bus, she wasn't on the bus when it had a traffic accident. So that is blessing in disguise. And the very last one, Viet Ang. Viet Ang, I can't hear you, sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, can you read the last expression, please?
Blind leading the blind. Someone who does not understand something but tries to explain it to others.
Okay, good reading. Thank you, Viet Ang. So obviously a blind person is someone who cannot see, and it is very hard for a person who cannot see to try and show other people who cannot see where to go or what to do. So blind leading the blind means someone who doesn't understand something trying to explain it to other people who don't understand it. All right. Just a very quick look at some idiomatic expressions. And of course, the thing they have in common is that they all begin with the letter what? Jalin. Jalin.
Jalin ơi, nhanh lên con.
Once again, my neighbor is a problem.
Can you hear me, Jalin?
Yeah.
Okay. These idiomatic expressions, what letter do they all begin with? What letter of the alphabet do they all begin with? These idiomatic expressions.
Is letter B.
Correct. Okay, they all begin with the letter B. Thank you, Jarlin. Okay, just keep asking people to make sure you're paying attention. Okay, thank you, everyone. That is the end of the lesson for today. I hope you found it useful. Again, you all have my email address, so please, if there is something you don't understand, you can either email me to ask, or of course, you can ask Mrs. Ha as well. So again, next week, we will again be continuing. I must stop saying again. We will continue with looking at writing task 1, which is the graph, and how to describe in English what you see in a graph or what the graph shows. So I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I hope you get a chance to have a rest or enjoy your hobby or favorite recreation, maybe playing sport or watching some movie, and have a good week. And I look forward to seeing you all again here next Sunday. So have a happy week. Look after yourselves. Don't get involved in any traffic accidents, please. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And I will see you next Sunday. Bye, everyone.
Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye,
Bye,
teacher.
teacher.
Goodbye.
Chào cô ạ.
Chào con nhá. Bye bye. Okay.